I'm Christopher Zweig, and today on CJ at the Movies, I get my revenge on the 10 worst movies of 2022. Let's start the countdown. At number 10, Firestarter, this new film version of Stephen King's story about a girl with fire powers is duller and even more condescending than the 1984 version, although I am jealous that I know two people who saw it the way most of us couldn't. To me, this girl has to embrace the flames by screaming like a little brat.
You're special, Charlie. I'm not special. I'm a monster! Charlie!
At naughty number 9, and that's a song from Schoolhouse Rock by the way, is The Man from Toronto, which must be a hit on Netflix if it stars Kevin Hart as a screw-up and Woody Harrelson as a hitman. If you think these tricks and antics are still funny, then congrats on waking up from that coma you've been in since 2004. That's when Soul Plane came out, but then again, Hart made something even worse later this year and on this show.
Ow, you shot me in the ass! Your ass got in my way.
My vote for the 8th worst film of the year and the worst Christmas movie of 2022 is It's a Wonderful Binge. This sequel to the 2020 Hulu comedy about the one night of the year when all drugs and alcohol are legal gets pushed to Christmas Eve so people can lay off the stress of last-minute shoppings, Christmas dinner, and listening to obnoxious relatives. Now that last sentence was easier to say than this mean and stupid comedy was to watch.
You spelled my name wrong. Why is that house smoking a cigarette?
This is what I've been wanting to say to you the entire night. Damn, I really was high and drunk when I wrote these.
You must be Lloyd. What gave it away? The trash stash. It leans Lloyd.
Easy.
Number 7, The Gray Man. It's easy to understand why Netflix streamers made it one of the most viewed movies of all time on the streaming service, because it's a $200 million project directed by the Russo brothers, who also produced my favorite film this year, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and starring Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, who can all do better than succumb to these bombastic cliches.
I'm about to put a hit so big on your boy's head that even his most loyal allies won't hesitate to drop a dime.
Number 6, Morbius, the worst Marvel film of the year that's appearing higher on other worst of the year lists. Jared Leto, who just won the Razzie for his awful performance in House of Gucci, is easily wasted here as Dr. Michael Morbius, who decides to cure his illness by becoming a vampire. Sucks the life out of you, doesn't it?
What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
I wish I knew.
Ever since Orson Welles read The War of the Worlds on the radio in 1938, people have been entertained by fake news and movies about aliens or space rocks destroying our planet, Independence Day, Armageddon, even Plan 9 from outer space if you will. So why doesn't Roland Emmerich, the director of Independence Day, make a movie that combines both elements to destroy our planet? That's the setup for Moonfall, which ranks at number 5 on my list and has a randomly picked cast of Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, and John Bradley from Game of Thrones saving the world. Not very good odds.
We're planning a mission to attack this thing. I'm asking you for your help.
Say yes, Brian.
Don't move. Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger?
And the carnage continues. At number 4 is Jurassic World Dominion, which reunites the original Jurassic Park stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and B.D. Wong, but neither they nor Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard could save this conclusion from extinction. The 1993 hit was a remarkable and thrilling movie with dinosaurs that looked real. These dinosaurs, on the other hand, have chase sequences that are more laughable than thrilling. Guillermo del Toro's take on Pinocchio has been appearing on various Best of the Year lists, with it being on my animation list, and it's a dazzling film in every way. The same can't be said for Robert Zemeckis' take, which ranks at number 3 on my list. This live-action remake of the 1940 Disney animated classic makes this puppet look like the Disney character, but still looks like it's made with more CGI and less wood. Wooden is the right word to describe this mess, or better yet...
What do I look like to you? A jackass? You sure are!
Here I think they missed something special. They get a lovely puppeteer who is a former dancer with an injured leg, and she uses whatever magic she has left on a French ballerina puppet to help Pinocchio when Stromboli imprisons him. Something more could have been done with that, but instead it becomes condescending for its targeted audience by making this puppet slay down a mountain made of candy and sniffing horse crap in the street. Robert Zemeckis has made a number of great films in the past, but he needs to remind himself about why Forrest Gump and Back to the Future are classics among others. The biggest heart attack of the year is the biggest number 2 of the year, Meat Time, in which Kevin Hart tortures us further with some help from Mark Wahlberg. They apparently decided to enter Adam Sandler territory by adding gross-out jokes about turtle droppings and turtle snot and so many vulgar characters. This horrible mess couldn't decide if it wanted to be PG or R-rated, and Michael Keaton did say nice effing model in Beetlejuice.
Oh my God! Hey! Hey! Hey!
And the worst movie of the year was made by a brilliant filmmaker. It's David O. Russell's Amsterdam.
Do me a favor. Try to be optimistic.
His all-star cast is led by Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and John David Washington, but it turns out to be a discombobulated mess that can't decide if it wants to be a screwball comedy, a murder mystery, a conspiracy thriller, or all of the above, and its running gag with Bale losing his glass eye wouldn't be funny if Peter Falk or Sammy Davis Jr. were alive to see it.
This is one of the finest innovations from Zurich. It removes all pain.
Guys like me, we have to turn to booze, the morphine, and that can lead to addiction. Oh, that's fast.
A movie like O. Russell's American Hustle, which also had Bale and Robert De Niro, knows how to entertain us with his depiction of crime and history, but this one seems to follow a certain tradition in which moviegoers want to see their favorite actors making faces and trying to look fashionable with certain time periods, and it all ends up being so boring and lackluster. Again, he's a brilliant filmmaker, and I wish him better luck on his next movie.
Would you like this little Albert for yourself?
No, that can't be good for him. Put him back.
I could expand him. I could speak with him.
No, put him back.
Is that the wish?
This is not possible.
No, it's your obligation.
That was a scene from George Miller's 3,000 Years of Longing, one of the few movies I liked on Variety's Worst of the Year list, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's been under attack by readers and even Elijah Wood, who all say that these Worst of the Year lists are mean-spirited. But you know what? I like to call them purges because we can't praise every movie that comes out. We can't like the same things. If we did, we'd be mindless zombies. But we're not. We are people with opinions. Critics are not monsters that movies and shows make us out to be. We can have our benefits. We can have our doubts. We're like parents because we can either say yes and we can either say no. And if you can't accept that everyone is entitled to their own opinions, whether we're talking about religion, movies, or politics, well then, I don't know what to tell you. And now it's time for me to recap the worst movies of the year. Number 10, Firestarter. Number 9, The Man from Toronto. Number 8, It's a Wonderful Binge. Number 7, The Gray Man. Number 6, Morbius. Number 5, Moonfall. Number 4, Jurassic World Dominion. Number 3, Pinocchio. Number 2, Me Time. And the worst film of the year, Amsterdam. Well, those are the worst movies I saw this year. Don't say I didn't warn you if you saw any of them. I'm Christopher Zweig. Happy New Year, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.